What is up, everyone? It's really, really, really weird to know that like people actually watch my videos, but like I remember somebody actually telling me earlier this week, "Yo, you gotta do better videos," which is weird because it's like you watch these things. So, first off, to my watchers, I really do want to appreciate the both of you for like checking me out, and that's very, it's very kind, it's very sweet. Um, Uh, there's this phrase that I always hear that I just think is really, really, really stupid. People say all the time, oh, this generation isn't as tough as the last generation used to be. The last generation would like destroy this current generation, which could be true. But the thing is that like the last generation also grew up ridiculously abused and mentally unstable. It's not really a flex to be mentally unstable and abused because you think that that made you tougher. It just made you more annoying, at least to me anyway. And the reason why I'm bringing this phrase up is because I realize now that like the sociopathy of years gone by has basically just sort of came culminated to this time frame, and all it did was just become so big and so cemented that is now just part of the culture. To put this in perspective, I saw there was this video online of this girl. She was playing basketball against this guy. This dude blocked the shot and just like lost his mind. Like he just acted like he just blocked the game of the playoffs. He's like, yeah, that's right, you suck. And other dudes was just popping out like, yo man, that's even a little girl, man. She can't do nothing. Then she shakes him in the next clip. She shakes him so bad that he literally got out of his shoes and he's like grabbing his ankle. She sinks the shot. And there's this guy, he just said something along the lines of, see, he needed to do that to fire her up. As long as I've been alive, I can easily say that being an obnoxiously cruel person has never really helped anything. I don't. It's like nobody ever needs that kind of motivation. Like nobody needs abuse doesn't help anything, and it's kind of weird that it wasn't him saying it that got me confused and got me a little annoyed. It was the fact that there were people that were agreeing with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the fact that I grew up bullied, and growing up bullied doesn't motivate me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't motivate me to do anything. It just annoys me because it's like, bro, who are you? Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing I always hated about my bullies growing up was that if I asked them who are you and why are you doing this, that's the only way that they'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll go back to, who are you? Why are you doing this? I'm gonna pick on you even more now because you don't know who I am. What? This is not motivating. I just want this person to go away. So it was just kind of weird to me. And it also made me question, when I talk about, stuff like bullying and how it's submitted into the culture and how abuse is now, people just sort of, especially in the black community, we just sort of welcome abuse as oh, that's just the lumps that we have to roll with in order to grow up and stuff like that. It's like, is it though? Really? Is it? But it's like, if I question it, then all of a sudden I'm a terrible person for just, not getting it or whatever. I don't know. It's just aggravating to me because it's like I also saw people used to say people used to make jokes about child abuse and be like, LOL, F them kids, and it's like, what? Like, some of y'all are parents. What is the joke here? It's like, nah, man, we're not making. It's like we don't hate kids. We have our own kids. We don't hate kids. We just like making fun of them every once in a while. And it's like, going, for what though? Man, shut up. You don't get it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm angry at you because you maybe you're making me think. And it's just like, it's just like, and it's like I'm the bad person for just pointing these things out. And it's annoying, man. It's really annoying because it's like you don't have to be a jerk all the time. But the reason why I bring that up is because people say all the time this generation is so soft, and everybody just wants to be loved and treated with respect, and everybody wants to be treated with respect and loved and honored and cared for. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they should be able to just deal with the terrible things that's happening in silence, because that's strong. I don't understand how the world works anymore, man. I just know that I don't. I'm just glad that I don't have to worry about putting any kids here. so they have to put up with people who think that way. It makes me question what it's like. People be like, bro, it's fun. It's fun to be cruel. It's fun to be mean. It's fun to be annoying. And the first thing that goes to my mind is, why is that fun? We ever you ever sit back and question why some things are considered fun that are just kind of mocking somebody relentlessly for no reason. That's fun for you, and that's fun for everybody who's laughing with you, but it's probably not fun for the person who's being mocked. So how is that making fun? Where's the fun? It's just weird, man. It's weird, man. I'm convinced that white supremacy has ultimately just sort of bled into the culture to the point where, because white supremacy is ultimately just abusing people because you don't like them and making it seem like it's their fault that they're being abused. It's kind of what I just chalked up white supremacy as. You know what I'm saying? It's just abuse and bullying. So if you're an abusive bully, to me, you're a white supremacist. So that's just my thinking. I'm not saying that is what it is. I'm saying that that's my perspective. But it does make me question why is this stuff fun though? You know what I mean? It's you got to be a complete sociopath to think that somebody else's misery is amusing. And simply questioning that is just you're weak. You don't know anything about how to have fun. You're a coward. You're a liberal. Blah 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 blah. Which, by the way, I'm not. Let me just go ahead and take this time to point out something real quick. I think I've said this multiple times. I'm not a liberal, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a leftist. The reason why I don't claim these things is because I don't know what they are or what comes of them. I get into arguments with people on political net all the time because they be you don't you hate Republicans because you're a Democrat. No, I hate Republicans because I'm a black dude in the South. And I don't even know any Democrats. I don't encounter any Democrats. The only people I encounter are Republicans, and they're terrible. I hate them. So, so that's just me, though. But, yeah, man, it's just at some point, I guess part of me just really gets a little frustrated about this. I'm also frustrated about the fact that Harlan Crow is apparently whining and dining Justice Clarence Thomas. The thing that if you listen to my podcast, which I really do need to start getting the hang of editing, so I can put my podcast link somewhere, just have it I know how to do that at least. I just need the software in order to do it. But the fact is that if I could, it's the fact that first off, I just want to know where are you gonna bring Clarence Thomas at where he gonna turn up. Where Clarence, you just look at this guy. He looks like the kind of guy who would be in Cabo and with a coconut drink in his hand, just frowned up, shirtless with a hat on, just. You know what I'm saying? It's just where are you gonna bring this? What luxury trip are you bringing this guy to? You know what I'm saying? You could probably bring this dude to Ohio and he'll probably have a good time. Where are you going? And it's maybe they actually explain where he's being brought to, but it's I just don't see a guy like Clarence Thomas having a good time at the Bahamas. That was funny. I made a rhyme. But nah, it was just it's just weird to me. It's just like I said, as I said in my podcast multiple times, by the way, I was ranting. I wash dishes at my job. I wash dishes. That's my job. If my manager needed to fire me for any reason, they could. They just could. If I do something wrong, I should get fired. But I'm being put, as a poor person who washes dishes, and put to a higher standard than a Supreme Court justice because he's still there. He's still there. And also, bro, this is an L for being a black dude. I don't know about everybody, every other, one thing is, they say we don't count him, but it's I do because he is still a black dude, This is a big L. This is the second ever black Supreme Court justice that's a dude. You know what I'm saying? The black male Supreme Court justice, the second ever. And he sucks this badly. That he is this terrible. We went from Thurgood Marshall to this clown. And it's like, you're the second ever. Like, bro, you suck so bad. And also, I was talking with somebody about this a while ago, and I was like, what's his secret plan that requires him, like, trying to make interracial marriage illegal? Because he himself is in an interracial marriage to an equally bonkers, bat crazy wife. Like, what's... I don't understand the end game for Republicans, but it's like, I do understand the end game for Republicans because they want to bring America back to 1863. But it's like, if you are a Republican and you're a person of color, or a person of alternative sexuality, or a person of like, if you're a person of color, a person of alternative sexuality, or a person of different alternative religion outside of Christianity, and you're a Republican, not only do I think you're dumb, I just think you're a terrible person. And I also think that you kind of have this idea that nothing bad is going to happen to you if you side with the empire. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, they're going after you. So there's that. I feel bad like bringing this up. I feel bad talking about this. So let's see. There's a documentary about Freaknik coming on. Once again, everything I know about like stuff like this, I know against my will because I follow a majority of my friends on Facebook are black people, but like I didn't even know what Freaknik was, and it's like this humongous party, and I just want to go ahead and take this time. It was apparently this humongous party. Apparently there was a lot of, it's a beach party at the end of the day. You're going to see a lot of sexy bodies. You're going to see a lot of people just getting drunk and having fun. I don't get drunk, so I don't know what happens when you get drunk. But like the fact is that like, I wanted to take this time to also talk about like, shaming of sex, so to speak. I just find it really weird because like everybody wants to have sex, but also people should be ashamed of it. Specifically the women folk. It's just weird. It is I was having this conversation with this one of my friends of questionable sexualities, and he was talking about how like it's the same thing in the gay community. It's like, because like apparently there's a tops versus bottoms discussion over there, and it's like everybody is like, how can you shame the person you want to have sex with, like for having sex? It's confusing. What's going on? It's like at the end of the day, there's this obsession with division that like within the community that I just find really, really, really annoying. Well, Manny, by that logic, then if you're going to be talking about obsession with division being annoying, then why aren't you, trying to not be divisive with political parties? I'm not trying to be divisive with political parties. I just don't want to. I just don't want to break bread with somebody who wants to oppress me. It's like take away the whole maybe a little oppression signs, throw them away, and then we can talk. Is like that's just my take though. I'm done ranting. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I'm tired. I really am, and I'm also a little hungry. Now be easy, love, peace, and happiness out there, and yeah, love, peace, happiness, and safety, and everything like that. Also, I learned a new sign. Let's see. Today, let's see. Who, what, when, where. Hold up. Who, what, when, where, and why. Booyah. And now I know how to ask questions in sign language. How was that? Oh, he's over here. How was that? I really need to get the hang of this camera.